For me, and for John also, it was therapeutic. And the reason why it had to get out, because we know it's a lot of young men and young women coming back from these wars that's going through the same thing that John has been going through for over 40 years, but they're not here because they can't handle what happened to them. And so to show that 40 years later he's still here, and what happened to him when he was 18 years old can offer hope to them that, you know what, you still, this too shall pass. Your situation is what it is, but you still can be a productive citizen and contribute to mankind. Like the gentleman said, when he's talking about the phony, the authentic person in you, if you don't get emotional, how do you expect to transfer that to the reader? I mean, so the emotional part is probably the best part of writing the book. And when I had to sit back and I had to think about what happened that night, and I had to write it. I taught naval aviation in San Diego, California. And in the 70s, there was no such thing as PTSD. So teaching naval aviation and talking about this story to some of my recruits, I couldn't do it, right? But now it's 40 years later. So when you talk about PTSD, over time it diminishes, okay? But when you talk about PTSD, people think it's only exclusive to military veterans. It's for all of us. Everybody goes through some level of PTSD every day. If mom tells you to go upstairs and you curse her out, guess what mom's going through? She's going to go through some kind of trauma for that. So we have to understand that it's not just relegated to military folks. It's, every day something happens, and depending on what level it is at, and depending on how well we know how to take care of ourselves, then you keep on moving forward in a positive direction.